날씨를 알려드립니다. Good morning and welcome to EBS FM Morning Special, Your Morning Energy. It's Wednesday the 7th of January and I'm your host, Choi Soo-jin. For many people, a cup of coffee after a meal is an automatic ritual, especially after eating rich or fatty meat. But nutrition experts warn that this common habit may be quietly undermining the body's ability to absorb iron, a key nutrient found in meat. 맛있게 식사한 후에 마무리로 커피 한 잔 하시는 분들 많으시죠? 특히 기름진 고기를 먹고 난 후에 마시는 커피는 유독 맛있게 느껴지는데요. 이런 습관이 애써 먹은 고기 속 영양분을 흡수하는 데 방해가 될 수 있다는 소식입니다. Studies show that compounds in coffee, including caffeine and tannins, can significantly reduce iron absorption when consumed immediately after an iron-rich meal, with frequent coffee drinkers showing lower levels of ferritin, which is the body's iron storage indicator, raising concerns for people already at risk of iron deficiency. 연구에 따르면은요, 소고기나 돼지고기에는 철분이 풍부한데 커피 성분인 타닌과 카페인은 이 철분과 쉽게 결합한다고 합니다. 그 결과 소중한 철분은 우리 몸에 흡수되지 못하고 쉽게 몸 밖으로 빠져나가 버리는데요. 특히 혈중 철분 농도를 나타내는 페리틴 수치가 낮은 분들은 커피를 마시는 시점과 양에 더 세심하게 신경을 써야 한다고 하네요. Well, joining us in the studio this morning is Karen Choi. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Sue.
All right, do you like your after-meal coffees?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think most Koreans do.
Yeah,
Most
it's like a
restaurants
little
have,
dessert.
It is, isn't it?
Korean K-dessert.
Yeah. Now, I know today's opening could be a little bit misleading. It sounds like you shouldn't have coffee at all, but that's not what the scientists are saying. They're saying it's okay to have coffee, but make sure that you wait about 30 minutes to an hour after eating meat. Because, like I said, the iron and all the good nutrients in the meat need time to be absorbed in the body.
In your body, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, I think there's a little bit of a difference in culture, maybe, because coffee in a lot of Western countries is something that you drink in the morning, not after a meal. But here, it's kind of, like I said, it's K-dessert. You have a meal, and then after the meal, you go and enjoy coffee to talk to others or spend time chatting.
Yeah.
So, it's a little different.
It is a little different. 커피 마시는 문화 자체가 동서양이 다른 것 같아요. 구체적으로 말하자면 우리나라와 서양 국가들이 많이 다른 것 같은데 우리는 식후 커피 마시는 게 굉장히 일상화돼 있는 반면에 서양에서는 일반적으로 커피 하면은 그냥 아침에 잠 깨기 위해서 마시는 음료.
Yeah, first thing you do after waking up.
맞아요. 그래서 아침 일찍 여는 커피숍들이 많고 밤이나 저녁 때는 문 닫는 데 close 대부분이죠. 왜냐면 아침 음료를 파는 곳이 굳이 뭐 오후나 저녁 때 열려 있을 필요가 없다라는 사고방식이 있을 수 있어서.
Yeah. I remember being very surprised when I went to Melbourne because all the coffee shops would close at about 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Wow, that's pretty early.
And that
not even evening then.
Yeah, so that's like prime time.
Yeah. 3, 4시쯤에 예전에 어디 멜번에서 커피숍들이 다 문을 닫았었군요. 그래요. 근데 이제 식후에 커피를 마시는 것 자체가 안 되는 건 아닙니다. 괜찮아요. 하지만 시차를 좀 두라고 합니다. 고기를 드셨을 경우에 철분이 체내에 잘 흡수가 되도록 30분에서 1시간 정도의 시간을 두고 그 다음에 커피를 마시면 괜찮다고 하는데 곧바로 마시는 게 이게 좀 이제 굳이 우리가 아깝게 몸에 이제 좋은 철분들을 이제 섭취했는데 이것들을 좀 없앨 수 있어서 커피를 천천히 마셔라. 이런 조언이 되겠습니다. Alright, well I wonder if our listeners are drinking morning coffee as they're tuning into the show this morning.
I have mine.
Good. Alright. 자, 오늘의 무모한 문장 미션 드리겠습니다. 커피 맛이 입에 쫙 붙네요. 입에 붙다. 입에 쫙 붙다. 이거를 영어로 한번 표현해 볼까요? 커피 맛이 입에 쫙 붙어. 자, 샵 1045. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원이고요. EBS 반디 앱 무료로 이용하실 수 있습니다. 또 유튜브 라이브 스트리밍 중이에요. 지금 EBS 라디오 공식 채널 들어오시면 되거든요. EBS 라디오까지만 검색하셔도 나오니까 들어오셔서 라이브 채팅창에다가 사연도 올려주시고 이 무모한 문장 커피 맛이 입에 쫙 붙어요. 이걸 보내주시면은 저희가 1부 마지막에 같이 살펴보고 선물도 드리겠습니다. Alright, well, let us know what your favorite morning drink is or what your ritual is after eating meat or just anything in general. You might be a vegetarian, in which case, what do you drink? 여러분의 혹시 그 식후 습관, 나는 식사하고 나서 특히 기름진 음식 먹고 나서 꼭 이걸 마신다 하는 그런 리추얼 있으면 알려주세요. 자, 그럼 오늘의 모닝 헤드라인스 시작합니다.
Korea saw its second warmest year on record in 2025, with average temperatures close to 14 degrees Celsius, accompanied by a rise in extreme rainfall events, topping 100 millimeters per hour.
지난해 우리나라 날씨가 역대 두 번째로 더웠던 것으로 관측된 가운데 연평균 기온은 섭씨 14도에 육박하고 시간당 100mm를 넘는 폭우도 그 빈도가 증가한 것으로 나타났습니다.
Spending on private education has surged by more than 60% over the past decade, with elementary school students accounting for the sharpest rise in expenditures, according to government data.
정부 자료에 따르면 최근 10년간 국내 사교육비 총액이 60% 이상 늘어났으며 그 중에서도 초등학생의 사교육비 증가세가 두드러진 것으로 집계됐습니다.
The National Museum of Korea welcomed more than 6.5 million visitors last year, marking its highest annual figure in its 80-year history and placing it among the world's most visited museums.
지난해 국립중앙박물관을 찾은 관람객이 650만 명을 돌파해 박물관 80년 역사상 최다 기록을 세웠습니다. 이 숫자는 세계 주요 박물관이나 미술관과 비교해도 최상위권 수준입니다.
Some of the coldest conditions so far this winter, have disrupted travel across the UK, France, and the Netherlands, closing roads, grounding flights, and forcing train cancellations, including Eurostar services.
올겨울 가장 추운 한파가 유럽을 덮친 가운데 영국, 프랑스, 네덜란드 등지에서 도로 폐쇄와 항공편 결항, 유로스타를 포함한 열차 운행 중지 등의 교통 대란이 빚어졌습니다.
The opening of Cairo's Grand Egyptian Museum has renewed calls for the return of the famed bust of Queen Nefertiti, widely regarded as one of the most beautiful surviving Egyptian artifacts currently on display at the Neues Museum in Berlin.
최근 카이로에 세계 최대 규모의 이집트 대박물관이 개관하면서 그에 발맞춰 현존하는 이집트 유물 중에 가장 아름다운 것으로 손꼽히는 독일 노이에스 박물관 소장품 네페르티티 왕비 흉상의 환수 요구가 다시 거세지고 있습니다. And those are our 5 headlines this morning. Let's take a closer look at those one by one.
Korea saw its second warmest year on record in 2025, with average temperatures close to 14 degrees Celsius, accompanied by a rise in extreme rainfall events topping 100 millimeters per hour.
지난해 우리나라 날씨가 역대 두 번째로 더웠던 것으로 관측된 가운데 연평균 기온은 섭씨 14도에 육박하고 시간당 100mm를 넘는 폭우도 그 빈도가 증가한 것으로 나타났습니다. All right, so 14 degrees Celsius or roughly around there.
Yeah.
That is a very high average, right?
It is. So, as we mentioned, it was the second warmest year on record in 2025. The national average temperature reached 13.7 degrees, so nearly 14 degrees. Of course, this is according to the Korea Meteorological Administration. And so what was the most warmest or the warmest year on record? It was in 2024. So the all-time high of the nation's average temperature reached 14.5 degrees Celsius. And they say that in 2024, monthly averages ranking first or second from June through October. So each month, the average temperature was higher than before. In 2025, they said that there were a lot of unprecedented extremes, including the first recorded heat wave in Daegwallyeong since 1971 and a record 46 tropical nights in Seoul. But there was a shorter monsoon season, but despite that, they say that heavy downpours hit between mid-July and September, with 15 locations experiencing hourly rainfall that exceeded 100 millimeters per hour.
So the hottest year on record in terms of the average temperature was 2024.
Yes.
Then it was 2025.
Yep.
And in third place, 2023, I believe.
Yes. So it's this year, last year, the year before. So it's all very close.
그래요. 자, 2024년에 연평균 기온이 가장 높은 14.5도였습니다. 그 다음에 작년 2025년에 13.7도였어요. 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울이 다 있다 보니까 이제 연평균 기온을 얘기하고 있는 건데, 자, 그 다음에 3위는 2023년인데요. 그때도 13.7도로 똑같기는 하지만 이렇게 똑같을 경우에는 가장 최근 연도가 순위가 올라간답니다. 그래서 2025년이 2위 자리를 지금 차지하고 있는 건데요. 어쨌거나 보면 2023, 2024, 2025 연달아서 가장 더운 기온을 이렇게 기록하고 있는데 평균치로 봤을 때 2026년은 어떨까요?
Well, they say that on average, the average temperature has been going up about 0.2 degrees per year.
So it could be another really warm year this year.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to have, another cold winter, but when you balance things out, on average, I guess it might be around 14 degrees as well in 2026. Who knows? All right, let's have a look at some expressions. The first one is accompanied by.
Accompanied by. We talk about like accompaniment music for when you're playing an instrument. If you have piano accompaniment, right? So it comes together.
Yeah.
So if something is accompanied by something else, it means that something else is present or it occurs at the same time as what you are talking about.
네. 함께한다, 동반한다라는 느낌이에요. 그래서 음악에서 accompaniment,는 반주가 되겠고, 사람이 accompany한다 그러면은 같이 간다, 동행한다의 의미가 있죠. 여기서는 뭐였냐면은 14 degrees Celsius accompanied by a rise in extreme rainfall events.
Yep.
평균 기온이 높기도 했지만 거기다가 작년에는 극한 강우 현상이 또 관찰이 됐는데요. 극하다. 극단적이다.
Extreme. Yeah, we say there could be extreme rainfall or extreme weather, and when we talk about extreme weather conditions, it's talking about weather that's very harsh, something that's unseasonal, or maybe atypical for a particular region, especially when we talk about the attributed effects of climate change.
Exactly. So we often just say extreme weather events.
Yeah.
And that can refer to rain, sun, exactly.
Snowfall.
Yeah. So regardless of the season, anything that is not normal or not the average thing that you'd see is, I guess, extreme.
Yes.
굉장히 극쪽에 있는 가운데 쪽이 아니라 이례적이라고 볼 수도 있겠죠. Extreme rainfall events. 자, 다시 읽어보겠습니다. Korea saw its second warmest year on record in 2025, with average temperatures close to 14 degrees Celsius, accompanied by a rise in extreme rainfall events, topping 100 millimeters per hour. Now let's move on to the next headline.
Spending on private education has surged by more than 60% over the past decade, with elementary school students accounting for the sharpest rise in expenditures, according to government data.
정부 자료에 따르면 최근 10년간 국내 사교육비 총액이 60% 이상 늘어났으며 그 중에서도 초등학생의 사교육비 증가세가 두드러진 것으로 집계됐습니다. Okay, yeah, so I guess this is relative because I would imagine the actual money that's spent would be more for high schoolers and middle schoolers. However, compared to in the past, elementary school kids are also making use of private education.
Yeah, they're going to more of these private institutions.
Or getting private tutoring.
Yes, or getting private tutoring. Or so parents are having to spend more on their elementary school children than in the past.
Yeah.
And this comes despite a very sharp decline in the school-age population. Yeah, so they're saying that private education spending has continued to rise, and it kind of highlights the growing dependence on supplementary learning, so learning that comes outside of school. So this is according to the National Data Agency, and they said that the total private education spending reached 29.19 trillion won in 2024, and that was up more than 60% from a decade earlier. And this increase comes even as the number of elementary, middle, and high school students are continuing to fall. They said that it fell by 18% over that same period. So the surge has been particularly pronounced among elementary school students, reflecting earlier and maybe more intensive competition for academic achievement, which is kind of ironic considering the number of students have decreased. And analysts say that the trend underscores widening educational inequality and mounting financial pressures on households.
Right. So the number of students is actually going down, as you said. There's a decline in the number of school-age population.
Yeah.
그러니까 학령기 학생들의 국민들의 수가 줄어들고 있다. 쉽게 말해서 학생 수가 줄어들고 있는데요.
Yes.
10년 새에 18%는 학생 수가 줄었음에도 불구하고 사교육비는 60% 이상 늘었다고 합니다. 특히 이게 어느 학년 때에 두드러지냐, it's more pronounced. 이 두드러지다는 거를 pronounced라고 표현할 수 있어요. It's more pronounced among the elementary school students, which is very surprising. 그래요. 자, 여러분, EBS를 많이 적극 활용해 주시길 바라겠습니다.
Yes, you can get everything
Public
here.
education is fantastic, and it's very unfortunate that people are turning to private education. But nonetheless, let's have a look at the word private.
Yeah, private. So when we talk about education, when we talk about perhaps medical treatment, so it refers to a system that's conducted outside the system of government and charging fees to the individuals who make use of it.
자, private education, public education, 사교육, 공교육이 되겠죠. 그렇다면은 사립학교는 private schools, 공립학교는 public schools.
Yeah.
네, 이게 상식적으로 맞아요. 미국에서 이렇게 쓰고. 그런데 우리가 또 모든 게 상식적으로 이해하기 쉬우면은 인생이 재미없잖아요. 영국에서는 그래서 사립학교를 public school이라고 합니다.
Oh, really?
네.
Then what do they call private schools?
state schools.
State schools.
네. 왜 state가 나오는지 모르겠어요.
Yes,
근데
that
뭐
sounds like
state가
government too.
그렇죠. state는 뭐 나라라는 뜻이 될 수 있고 미국에서는 주라는 뜻이 될 수
Yeah.
있고 그런데 영국에서는 이게 좀 헷갈려요, 그죠?
That is confusing.
I went to a public school 그러면
But it was a private school.
사립학교를 다녔다는 뜻인데 영국에서만 그래요. 그래서
interesting.
우리는 private school이라는 표현을 그냥 안 쓰는 것 같아요. 아예 이게 좀 헷갈릴 수 있는데 이거는 요즘에 뭐 영국 드라마, 영국 영화 많이들 보시니까 제가 참고로 말씀을 드리는 거고 일반적으로는 미국식으로 생각하시면 돼요.
Yeah, because even when I went to Australia, it's still part of the Commonwealth, but they call private schools private schools.
Yeah, because, some things are just Australian or more international in Australia. So not everything is British there. All right.
Good to know.
Private and public. 네, 그렇습니다. 자, 그 다음에 expenditure 볼까요?
Yeah, expenditure. So it's spending basically. It's the amount of money that's spent.
expenditure라는 건요, 지출, 소비라는 뜻입니다. Give us the spelling of
Yes,
expenditure.
expenditure. It might be difficult to spell. So it's expenditures. Expenditures.
그래요. 다시 읽어보겠습니다. Spending on private education has surged by more than 60% over the past decade, with elementary school students accounting for the sharpest rise in expenditures, according to government data. 자, 잠시 쉬었다가 다음 헤드라인 살펴보겠습니다. 사연 좀 볼까요? 커피 좋아하시는 분들 많이 계시네요. 김은나님, 저는 늘 밥 먹고 믹스 커피 한잔 합니다. 아, 네. 거의 뭐 불문율처럼 많이들 드시는 거죠. 힘을 내는 당을 확 올려주거든요.
I mean, I think it makes sense because after lunch is when people are feeling a bit tired. So they need a little more energy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get it from sweet coffee.
Yeah. 이은미님, 뭔가 시작하거나 끝맺음 할 때 신성한 의식이 바로 따뜻한 커피 한 잔입니다 하셨어요.
I agree.
It's a ritual.
Yeah, it's a ritual. It's a ritual to start your day. It could be the ritual to start your afternoon.
Indeed. 김나은님은요, 모닝 커피와 모닝 스페셜은 나의 힘. 선생님들 감사합니다 하셨고요.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes. 이채림님, 식사는 배고픔을 달래고 커피 한 잔은 마음의 허기를 채워주는 것 같아서 늘 찾게 되는 듯해요 하셨습니다.
Yeah.
네. 스티븐 03T3E님이요. 유튜브로 저의 경우에는 2시간 걸리는 긴 출근길 후에 사무실에 도착하자마자 한 잔의 달콤하고 따뜻한 믹스 커피 한 잔으로 업무를 시작합니다 하셨어요.
I think when our listener mentioned ritual, I think coffee is like a ritual for a lot of people.
Exactly. Wow, a 2-hour commute. That's a long commute.
It is long.
You need coffee for that, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, mixed coffee is Konglish. In English, you just say instant coffee.
Yes, instant coffee.
All
But
right.
I think the little sachets or the little packages that we have in Korea is a very Korean thing.
It is a very Korean thing, yeah. I remember doing a report on that a long time ago when I was a news reporter. And, you would think, because coffee isn't a Korean drink, that many other countries enjoy instant coffee after a meal. But no, it's a very Korean thing. Even the sachets are very Korean. So it was very interesting to introduce that to the world. Alright, 무모 문장 다시 알려드리겠습니다. 오늘은요, 이거예요. 커피 맛이 입에 쫙 붙네요. 자, 샵1045 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원이고요. EBS 반디 앱과 유튜브 이용해주세요. Here's Ace of Base, The Sign. Ace of Base, The Sign. Isn't that a classic?
I know. I kind of
classic.
pop along when I hear this song.
Love that song. Alright, you're listening to EBS FM Morning Special. Let's move on. This is headline number 3.
The National Museum of Korea welcomed more than 6.5 million visitors last year, marking its highest annual figure in its 80-year history and placing it among the world's most visited museums.
네, 지난해 국립중앙박물관을 찾은 관람객이 650만 명을 돌파해 박물관 80년 역사상 최다 기록을 세웠습니다. 이 숫자는 세계 주요 박물관이나 미술관과 비교해도 최상위권 수준입니다. Let me guess. Did K-pop Demon Hunters have anything to do with it?
It had a lot to do with it.
Right.
And I believe it's one of the top 5 museums of the world.
Now?
Yeah, in terms of visitor numbers, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a huge year for this museum. As we mentioned, it has an 80-year history, but I don't think it's seen so many people visiting. You had to wait in line outside for a very, very long time before it opened in order to get in. And a lot of it had to do with the goods that I mentioned because they're not like, I don't think they're endorsed by the animated film or anything, but it's very closely related to a lot of the items that were used. So I think that's why it blew up. But going back to this article, the museum last year welcomed 7,500 visitors, and it was the highest number since its opening 80 years ago. And as I mentioned, it places it among the world's top most popular, most visited museums, and that means museums like the Louvre in France, which has about 8 million visitors, so it's very close.
Yeah.
And the Vatican Museums has about 6.8 million. So in terms of the numbers of that visitors are visiting in these other major museums, it's very, very close. And the surge, as we mentioned, it's been driven by growing domestic and international interest in traditional Korean culture that was boosted by, I believe, the animated film and other I think all of the other drama series and films that have been created so far kind of added on to that. And also museum related merchandise saw a record demand with sales of cultural goods, such as like the replication of the Shilla gold crown.
Yeah.
They say that these miniatures sales surpassed 40 billion won, and these figures underscore the museum's rising global profile as a cultural destination.
Exactly. I'd love to get my hands on some of those goods
I
because
know,
they're
right?
so pretty.
Yeah, but it's hard to get into the museum these days.
It's hard to get into
Yeah.
the museum. And also, they have a website, and all the time, the popular souvenirs are sold out.
They're sold out, yeah.
Yeah. I tried. I couldn't get my
Yeah,
hands
because
on
I was thinking, one of my friends, her daughter was going to go study abroad. So I was like, you know what would be a really good gift to give, like to your teachers and to other students, would be
Yeah.
something from the
National
Jingba
Museum. Yes.
National Museum, and she was not able to get anything.
Right, exactly. The long queues outside the souvenir shop at the National Museum, they were reminiscent of a pop concert.
Oh yes,
So many
Yeah.
people just lining up.
they're called open runs here, right? When you have
Yeah.
to line up before something opens, which is
mhm.
Konglish, but
Yeah.
that's what we use here in Korea. And
Wow.
people were lining up at the museum before it opened to get in and to get their hands on some of these merchandise.
저도 예전에는 가끔씩 국립중앙박물관을 갔었는데 작년에는 좀 엄두가 안 나서
Yeah.
네, 가보지를 못했어요.
And
올해는 한번 또 시도를
Right
해보려고
now,
하는데
I wouldn't go because it's vacation season. So
제가
maybe wait a little bit until the kids go back to school.
근데 너무 좋은 소식입니다.
Yes.
이렇게 인기가 많아졌다라는 것은 루브르 박물관 같은 경우에는 작년에 800만 명 관광객, 그다음에 바티칸 박물관에 680만 명의 관광객이 다녀갔는데
Very close.
우리 국립중앙박물관은 650만 명의 관광객이 작년 한 해만 이렇게 다녀갔다고 해서 이제 가히 세계적인
Oh yes.
원래도 세계적인 박물관이라고 생각이 들었지만 관광객 수로도 그게 입증이 됐습니다.
Yeah.
이게 긴 줄을 미국에서는 long lines 하는데
yeah.
영국에서는 long queues라고 합니다.
Which has a very funny spelling.
Very strange. Queue. And it's pronounced Q.
Like a Q.
So
the letter
they're
Q.
just being fancy.
Yeah, I like that.
자, 표현 보겠습니다. Annual figure.
Annual, when we talk about annual, it means something that happens every year. So an annual figure is a number. So we're talking about a number that is released each year.
Yep.
So here they're talking about the number of visitors that came to the museum.
Annual. 예, 앞에 ANN이 붙으면은 1년이라는 뜻이 있어요. 그래서 anniversary, 그럼 우리가 기념일이잖아요. Annual은 연간, figure가 수치입니다. What about among something?
Among. So this means it's being a member or members of perhaps a larger sect.
Among something, 뭐뭐 중 하나라는 의미가 되겠죠. 세계적인 그런 박물관 중 하나다.
Yeah.
다시 읽어보겠습니다. The National Museum of Korea welcomed more than 6.5 million visitors last year, marking its highest annual figure in its 80-year history and placing it among the world's most visited museums. This is headline number 4.
Some of the coldest conditions so far this winter have disrupted travel across the UK, France, and the Netherlands, closing roads, grounding flights, and forcing train cancellations, including Eurostar services.
올겨울 가장 추운 한파가 유럽을 덮친 가운데 영국, 프랑스, 네덜란드 등지에서 도로 폐쇄와 항공편 결항, 유로스타를 포함한 열차 운행 중지 등의 교통 대란이 빚어졌습니다. Tell us more.
Right, so Eurostar, which basically links the UK to the mainland, or the European mainland, they have urged passengers traveling between London and the Netherlands to postpone trips as services could not run beyond Brussels, while several London to Paris services were cancelled or delayed. They say heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures have shut down hundreds of schools. They've cancelled flights at major UK and Irish airports and prompted snowplow operations on rail lines, particularly in Scotland. In France, heavy snow led Paris airports to cut flights by 15% and triggered orange weather alerts, while the Netherlands Schiphol Airport, which is one of the busiest in the world, they've canceled around 700 flights amid severe rail disruptions. And authorities across the region have warned that sub-zero temperatures and further travel disruption will likely continue.
자, 영국, 프랑스, 네덜란드 얘기를 지금 해주셨어요. 한파로 인해서 결항도 있었고 도로 교통도 거의 뭐 마비가 된 수준이고요. 특히 네덜란드에서 가장 붐비는 공항 중 하나인 곳에서는 항공기 700편 정도가 결항이 됐다고 합니다.
Chaos.
네, 그랬겠네요. 5일날 기준이니까 지금 현재는 아니지만 이제 며칠 전에 이렇게 됐었다고 합니다. 네덜란드 영어로는 the Netherlands
Yes.
이렇게 표현을 하고요. 또 다른 말로 Holland라고
Holland.
해요.
Yes.
여기 좀 헷갈릴 수 있는데 같은 나라거든요. The Netherlands 그리고
Or
Holland.
Yeah.
그 다음에 우리가 영국하고 프랑스는 영국의, 프랑스의 할 때 British, French 하는데요. The Netherlands나 Holland는 그 단어가 뭐죠? Dutch.
Yes.
전혀 달라요.
Yeah, very different.
The Netherlands 뭐 들어가지 않아요. 뭐 Holland 이런 아니고
Yeah,
Dutch입니다.
it's
Dutch.
so not related.
네,
Yeah,
네.
so if you're from the Netherlands, you are
Dutch.
Yes.
이 단어들은 그냥 같이 하나의 그룹으로 알아두시면 좋을 것 같아요.
Yeah.
자, 표현 좀 보겠습니다. The coldest conditions.
Coldest means it's the most cold.
Yeah, of course.
And conditions refer to the weather conditions. We just refer to weather or weather conditions. And we're talking about if an area is afflicted by the coldest conditions that they've seen in years, we're talking about a long cold snap, perhaps, or a cold wave. We talked about extreme weather conditions, but there's also severe weather conditions. So it would refer to something like that when an area is going through a cold snap or a cold spell.
Yeah. The word condition in English is used a little differently to how it's used in Korean.
Yeah.
We often use it very casually. However, in English, it's
Like,
more
how's
to do
your
with
condition?
exactly. Also, my condition's not good
Yeah.
today. In Korea, we say that,
Yeah.
and I think our listeners will be very familiar. However, in English, it's not used so casually. It's more to do with serious health conditions or the weather,
Yeah.
or the state of a machine or something.
Yeah.
그래서 진짜 어떤 것의 상태, 날씨 아니면 질병이 지금 있는 상태들 좀 심각한 그 몸의 상태일 때 컨디션을 많이 쓰지.
Yeah.
일상적으로 그냥 오늘 좀 컨디션이 별로야
Yeah.
이렇게는 안 해요 영어에서 그죠?
Yeah, so when you are asking someone how is your condition, it would usually be to someone who is suffering from some sort of ailment.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. 자, 여기서 날씨 얘기죠. Coldest conditions, 가장 추운 날씨를 얘기하고 있고 to disrupt flights.
Yes, disrupt. It means to interrupt. So it could be the interruption of an event, activity, or some sort of process by causing a disturbance or problem.
Disrupt, 방해하다. Disruption, 명사 형태가 되겠습니다. So to disrupt travel means that this weather has caused a lot of difficulties in travel, whether it be by air or by land. There's been some difficult situations. 자, 다시 그러면 읽어보겠습니다. Some of the coldest conditions so far this winter have disrupted travel across the UK, France, and the Netherlands, closing roads, grounding flights, and forcing train cancellations, including Eurostar services. Now on to our final headline.
The opening of Cairo's Grand Egyptian Museum has renewed calls for the return of the famed bust of Queen Nefertiti, widely regarded as one of the most beautiful surviving Egyptian artifacts currently on display at the Neues Museum in Berlin.
최근 카이로의 세계 최대 규모의 이집트 대박물관이 개관하면서 그에 발맞춰 현존하는 이집트 유물 중 가장 아름다운 것으로 손꼽히는 현재 독일 노이에스 박물관 소장품인 네페르티티 왕비 흉상의 환수 요구가 다시 거세지고 있습니다. Bring it back,
Yes.
is what people in Egypt are saying.
Yeah.
It belongs in Egypt, not in Germany.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
It belongs home.
Yeah.
I think the bust is something that people would recognize. It's a very famous artifact. So we've talked about the Grand Egyptian Museum. It took 20 years to construct, and it finally opened. And with the opening of this museum, Egypt has been renewing calls for the return of these artifacts that have been taken by some of these countries that have invaded or have taken over their country for a while, and particularly this iconic Nefertiti bust that's held in Berlin.
Yeah.
So how did it get to Berlin? Apparently it was discovered back in 1912 by a German archaeologist, and this bust was taken to Germany under circumstances that Egypt argues were deceptive and unauthorized, despite Germany maintaining its legal ownership. So a former antiquities minister of Egypt is saying that the new museum proves that Egypt can safely preserve such treasures, and the Nefertiti bust belongs in Egypt. But German museum officials are rejecting the repatriation, citing that it's very fragile and there is a big risk of damaging it during transport. And I think this is what a lot of countries have been saying. If they have these treasures or artifacts that they've taken from another country, they're saying that, oh, maybe it's because you guys don't have the resources, or the museum isn't capable enough to preserve these artifacts from thousands of years ago. But now they're saying, with this great museum that we built, we have the power, we have the ability to take care of our artifacts. So could you bring it back?
그래요. 자, bust라는 거는 원래 흉부예요. 그런데 여기서는 흉상을 말하고 있는
From
거죠.
here up to your head.
그렇죠. 자, 그 다음에 renewed calls. 우리 renewal이라는 단어는 익숙하실 것 같은데 뭔가 재단장을 할 때 우리가 많이 쓰죠.
Yeah.
자, re가 들어갔다는 게 중요하고 renewed calls가 뭘까요?
Yeah, so you're doing something again when you're renewing something, and a call would be like a request, a formal request, or an appeal, or even a demand for something, like an action, change, or attention to be made again. And when you make a renewed call, you usually do it with greater force, maybe more frequently, or renewed enthusiasm after it's been failed a couple of times.
Exactly. 자, calls는요, 여기서 요구가 되겠고요. renewed는 다시 제기됐다는 뜻입니다. 이전에도 여러 번 이 네퍼티티 흉상을 돌려달라라고 이집트 측에서 요구했지만 독일에서 돌려주지 않는 상황인데 재차 요구하게 되는 상황을 여기서 묘사하고 있고요. Widely regarded as something.
Yeah. So if something is widely regarded as something, this means that most people think of it as a certain way. It's considered to be a certain way or a certain thing by a lot of people. So this signifies a sort of a broad consensus among people.
Exactly. So widely refers to by a lot of people. 널리라는 뜻이에요. 그래서 widely regarded as something은 널리 많은 사람들이 이렇게 보고 있다. 라는 뜻이겠죠. 자, 그러면 다시 읽어보겠습니다. The opening of Cairo's Grand Egyptian Museum has renewed calls for the return of the famed bust of Queen Nefertiti, widely regarded as one of the most beautiful surviving Egyptian artifacts, currently on display at the Neues Museum in Berlin. Alright, well that's it for the headlines. 네. 참고로 이게 아까 has renewed calls에서 이제 동사로 renew가 쓰였기 때문에 재차 요구가 제기됐다. 이렇게 해석하시면 되겠습니다. Alright, let's take a break. 커피 맛이 입에 쫙 붙네요. 요거 영어로 보내주시고 노래 듣겠습니다. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원의 샵 1045, EBS 반디와 유튜브 이용해주세요. Here's Kelly Clarkson, A Moment Like This. 주요 표현 복습해볼까요? The first one is to accompany.
When you accompany someone, that means you go along with them. So it means to be present or occur at the same time as something else.
동반하다. 네, 예문 보겠습니다.
The disease is often accompanied by symptoms such as nausea and vomiting.
이 질병은 보통 구토 증상과 동반됩니다. 또 증상이 동반된다고 할 수 있겠죠. nausea랑 vomiting이랑 다 그런.
Yeah, nausea is when you're feeling like you're going to vomit.
메스꺼움.
Yes.
vomiting은 실제 구토.
When you're actually vomiting. Yes.
그러네요. 네. nausea. 이 표현은 여러분이 알아두시면 너무 좋아요. 왜냐면 내가 아플 때 외국에 나갔을 때 아프면은 자기 증상을 얘기해야 되거든요. 이런 것들은 따로 언제 우리 시간이 되면은 네, 다시 한번 짚어볼 텐데 메스꺼운 거 nauseous라고 합니다. 자, 이어서 민간의 사적인 사립 이런 거 다 private라고 하죠?
Yes, and that basically means that individuals who are using it will be paid, or they will be the ones that are paying the fees. But we used it in the context of education systems or medical treatment that's conducted outside of the government system.
자, 그럼 예문 보겠습니다.
Private education may not be an option for many families.
이 사교육이 또 어떤 가족들에게는 많은 가족들에게는 선택지 자체가 아닐 수도 있습니다. 자, 다음 표현입니다.
Among that means it's a member or a part of a larger set.
자, 뭐 중 하나 예문 볼게요.
Venomous snakes are among the animals most feared by people.
자, 독성이 있는 뱀은요, 사람들이 가장 두려워하는 동물 중 하나입니다. 자, 다음 표현, disrupt.
So disrupt means interrupt an event, activity, or process by causing a disturbance or problem.
네, 자, 예문 볼까요?
The heavy snow disrupted flights and caused many accidents on the road.
네, 방해하다는 의미도 있지만 여기서처럼 쓰였을 때는 이제 결항이 됐다는 의미가 있으니까 비행이 중단됐다 이렇게 볼 수 있겠죠. 폭설로 인해서 많은 비행편이 중단이 됐습니다. 또한 많은 도로 위 사고가 발생했습니다. 자, 마지막 표현입니다. widely regarded as something.
Widely regarded as, that means many people see it or view it as such. So it's something that's considered or thought to be a certain way by many people, and it signifies a broad consensus.
What's your example?
The new policy is widely regarded as a step in the right direction.
새로운 정책은 올바른 방향으로 가고 있다는 그런 인식이 널리 퍼져 있습니다. 널리 할 때 widely. Alright, morning headline expressions는 오디오 어학당에서 다시 듣기 하실 수 있습니다. 여러분의 영어 루틴이 되는 시간, EBS FM Morning Special. 커피 맛이 입에 쫙 붙네요. 이 오늘의 무한 문장 미션이었는데 많은 분들이 이렇게 쓰셨습니다. 저도 이 문장을 생각하긴 했는데 this coffee really hits the spot.
Hits the spot. Yeah, that's a really, really great expression to use when something is perfect, when you're really savoring it, when you feel like it was the perfect thing for that timing.
Exactly. 네, 김현미님, 박민님, 하지은님, 이휘봉님, 조용수님, 이채림님 외 많은 분들이요. This coffee really hits the spot 하셨습니다. 잘 써주셨어요.
Yeah.
자, 8392님, that coffee flavor is sticking to my tongue. It's a literal translation.
Yes, and if someone, a native English speaker heard you, I think they would kind of understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, they would understand, although they wouldn't say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but understandable.
Understandable.
Okay, good
try.
try.
Yeah.
오공삼오님, today's coffee is like heaven's taste.
Ooh. I would say today's coffee tastes like heaven, maybe.
Yeah. 네, 좋아요. 자, 2526님은요, tasting of coffee is fit on me.
Tasting of coffee is fit on me. How could we change this? The taste of coffee or this coffee's taste? It's a fit on me. Because when we say fit, it's kind of like it's fitting. It suits. So
yeah, like a piece of clothing.
Yeah.
If it fits you well, that's how we would normally use the word fit in a very physical sense. But
I'm not sure if that really goes along with the context of what our 무모한 문장 is.
그죠. 커피랑 피트는 왠지 좀 안 맞는 느낌이 들어요. 무슨 말인지는 알겠어요. 딱 맞는다 이 말을 하려고 하는 건데 이게 참 영어에서는 좀 어색하게 들립니다. 네, 좋은 도전이었어요. 다음 가볼게요. 문수경님, the coffee coats my mouth.
This, if someone heard this expression, it makes perfect, I guess, sense. It's not grammatically incorrect, but it has a different meaning. When something coats your mouth or when something coats something, it means it covers. So you would not get the feeling of, oh, this was perfect. It hits the spot.
Okay. 자, 정말 딱이다. 이 느낌이 조금 결여되는 것 같지만 그래도 좋아요. coats my mouth는 입 안을 다 감싸고 있다는 뜻이니까 이 표현 자체는 좋습니다. 자, 5035님, the coffee is dancing in my mouth.
I like that. Yeah, that means it's delicious.
Yeah. 이것도 우리말을 직역한 건데 이거는 그래도 영어에서 조금 더 자연스럽다고 해야 되나 아니면 조금 더 이해가 잘 된다고 해야 될까요? 네, 영어 표현은 아니지만 충분히 이해가 돼요. 네, 묘사가 아주 그림이 다 그려지는 것 같아요. 입에서 춤을 춘다. 장현주님, this coffee really suits my taste.
Oh, maybe this was what our listener was trying to get at earlier with the fit on me. But yeah, it suits my taste. That means I really like how it tastes and it suits me.
Okay. 네, 좋습니다. But likewise, it's not something that a native English speaker would say, but they would definitely understand.
Well, this you could use in the situation if someone asks you, like, is this coffee okay? And then you could say, oh yeah, it really suits my taste.
So they could say it then. Oh,
so it would be a little bit different from the meaning of our 무모한 문장 because our 무모한 문장 means it's really, really delicious. It's something that you've been waiting to drink.
좋아요.
Yeah,
그러면
so it's a little different.
쓸 수 있겠습니다. 컨텍스트에 따라서. 장현주님이요, 너무나 귀엽게 뒤에다가 하트를 7개나 이렇게 붙여주셔가지고.
That means it really suits my taste.
눈이 갔어요.
So it's delicious.
Okay. Alright. 선물 받을 두 분 뽑겠습니다.
Yeah, well, I mean, the hearts. 장현주님.
You won Karen over. 네, 장현주님께 아로마 세트 보내드리겠습니다. 저는 5035님 뽑도록 하겠습니다. This coffee is dancing in my mouth. 한국식 표현이지만 영어로도 충분히 이해가 돼요.
The flavor,
좋아요.
yes.
네, 치즈 감자 스프 보내드리겠습니다. What would you say, Karen?
Well, hits the spot was, I think, what I was thinking of.
too.
But let's try to think of something else. This coffee, I can't help but gulp it down.
Oh, this coffee, I can't help but gulp it down. Gulp. 이 소리예요. 네.
Although you shouldn't gulp coffee, but you should enjoy it.
꿀꺽꿀꺽 마실 수밖에 없어. 너무 맛있어서 이런 느낌인 것 같고요. 네, 뜨거울 때는 이렇게 하시면 돼입니다.
Yes.
자, 그 다음에 저는요. 저도 처음에는 hits the spot 생각했지만 또 다른 문장으로 This coffee is just what I needed.
That's good.
이렇게 perfect 만들어봤습니다. Alright, well that's it for the first hour. 한슨의 음법 들려드릴게요. See you in part 2. Welcome back. This is part 2 of Morning Special on EBS FM on Wednesday, the 7th of January. I'm your host, Chesu Jin, and we have Karen Choi in the studio. In this second hour, we're going to read the New York Times together. 자, 오늘은 미국의 카페들에서 디카페인, 무카페인 혹은 저카페인 음료들이 점점 세를 불리고 있다는 소식 전해드릴 예정입니다. 자세한 내용은 잠시 후에 소개해드릴 거고요. 그 전에 2부 퀴즈 Karen 쌤 주세요.
So which of the following has the most caffeine? Number 1, decaf coffee. Number 2, cold brew. Number 3, hibiscus tea.
다음 중 카페인이 가장 많이 든 음료는 Number 1, decaf coffee. Number 2, cold brew. Number 3, hibiscus tea. 자, 이 중에 카페인 함량이 가장 높은 것을 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 너무 복잡하게 생각하지 않으셔도 될 것 같아요. 자, 참여해주시는 방법인데요. 샵 1045, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원입니다. 무료인 반디 앱 다운받으셔서 사용하실 수 있고 유튜브로는 라이브 스트리밍 중이고요. EBS 라디오 들어오시면 됩니다. Alright, let's have a look at your messages. 박민님이요. 얼마 전 국중박 다녀왔습니다. 크리스마스에 갔더니 생각보다 사람들이 없어서 너무 좋았어요.
good. Yeah.
체력 이슈로 비록 전부 관람을 하진 못했지만 그런 멋진 곳이 우리나라에 있어서 참 자랑스러웠답니다.
There's a lot to see.
Yeah.
And speaking of Christmas, maybe the upcoming lunar holidays, like around that time, might be a good time to go visit.
그래요. 8785님은요. 저는 점심을 먹으면은 너무 잠이 와서 아샤추로 점심을 대신하는데 4시만 되면은 배가 고파서 또 탕비실 과자들을 먹는답니다 하셨어요.
Oh, I can't imagine not having lunch, but then thinking about it, my schedule's kind of all over the place too, so sometimes I do forget,
Yeah.
and then around 3 or 4, I get very, very hungry.
Yeah, we're all kind of similar in a way. So 아샤추 is Americano with shot sugar? Is
Yes.
that what it is?
Yes.
그리고 이제 밥 먹고 나서 잠이 오는 이 식곤증을 영어로는 보통 food coma라고 하거든요. How do you use food coma in a sentence?
Just, I have food coma.
I have food coma.
Yeah.
네. 우리
It's
작가님이
iced tea.
아이스티에다가 그렇군요. 아이스 커피가 아니라
Iced tea with a shot of
티에다가
Americano.
샷추가 그게
That sounds very cold right now.
제가 너무 못 따라가고 있었네요. 근데 어쨌든 이제 점심 먹고 나서 너무 졸려서 이거 아샤추를 꼭 드시긴 하다가 탕비실에서
I heard it's really good.
그래요.
I've
화이팅입니다.
never had it yet.
아직까지는 피곤하지 않으시죠? 지금 힘내서 우리 하루를 잘 버텨봅시다. 유튜브로 The Victo남 님이요. 저도 20대는 커피 안 마시다가 직장생활 시작하고 나서 커피에 눈을 떴습니다. 몰랐던 때로 돌아가고 싶어요.
I really empathize with this because I didn't drink coffee up until my 30s.
Really?
Yeah, and then I went on a trip to Europe for the first time in my life, and I went to Italy and had their coffee.
Yeah, the espressos.
Oh my goodness! And then I 커피에 눈을 떴습니다. My eyes opened to a new world, and I've been addicted since. So yeah, sometimes that happens.
Interesting. Angela-님은요, I used to enjoy instant coffee, but since I became pregnant, it makes me feel nauseous. So these days, I can't enjoy it. This makes me so sad. You can get other alternative drinks that taste like coffee, but are not coffee at all. So it's like absolutely caffeine free. But again, you know, if it doesn't make you feel good, then don't drink it. And also, feeling nauseous during pregnancy means your baby's very healthy.
Yes.
So even though the mum will feel very uncomfortable, it's a good sign.
It is a good sign.
So just hang in
Everything's
there.
normal.
Yeah, exactly. 아기가 굉장히 건강한 것 같아요, 그죠? 입덧, 입덧을 영어로 뭐라고
Morning
그러죠?
sickness.
Morning sickness.
Yeah.
Morning sickness 있을 때 굉장히 힘들어요. 근데 morning에만 있지 않아요. morning sickness지만
Oh, mine was in the afternoon.
오후에 찾아오기도 하고 뭐 그렇습니다.
Around 3 or 4, actually. When you're hungry.
저는 입덧이 정말
All day?
희한하게 아니 그게 뭐가 엄청 먹고 싶었다가 뭐가 전혀 먹기 싫었다가 막 왔다 갔다 구역질이 많이 났었던.
Oh, mine. With my first one, I had no morning sickness.
Oh wow.
But then with my second one, it was just mild nausea, mildly nauseous in the afternoons.
그래요. 남편분들이 이 시기에 정말
Oh yeah, you have to be good.
잘하셔야죠.
Yeah, you have to because it will last a lifetime.
새벽에 에티오피아 가서 커피콩 따오라 그러면은 나는
do it.
신윤이라도 하셔야 됩니다.
Do your best.
자, 유튜브로 정민섭 D5W님이요. 첫 아이가 태어나고 육아를 시작하게 되면서 안 마시던 커피를 마시게 됐어요. 커피 없는 오후는 버틸 수가 없습니다.
That is true. You need the energy. I don't
Yeah.
know. Coffee doesn't give you energy, but it
gives you
helps you stay awake.
Boost for a short amount of time, and you need a lot of energy when you're looking after young children. 자, 유튜브로 아이다7723님이요. 운동 후에는 모과차, 퇴근 후에는 우유에 생강 약간. 요즘 이렇게 마십니다. Very healthy.
Oh yeah. I wonder what are the health benefits of putting ginger in milk?
I don't know. It tastes really smooth though. I've had this before. It's like sort of latte almost.
Ginger
with
latte.
Some,
yeah. Okay. Oh, that sounds really good.
If
Maybe
you add a
I'm
little
gonna
sugar
try.
or syrup in it,
Sounds really good.
Yeah. Because Western countries are used to sweet ginger desserts like gingerbread, for example,
ginger cookies.
Ginger cookies. So it's kind of like that with milk.
I think I had these German ginger cookies. I forget
Did you?
what they're called. They had a very
no
very
idea.
German name,
Okay.
but they were delicious.
오, 그래요. 자, 우리 노래 듣고 와서 뉴욕타임스 기사 보도록 하겠습니다. This is Olivia Dean, Man I Need. Olivia Dean, Man I Need 들으셨습니다. 자, 그럼 지금부터 뉴스 커버리지 시작할게요. Karen, what's the title?
There's never been a better time to quit caffeine.
카페인을 끊기에 이보다 더 좋은 때는 없었다라는 제목입니다. 카페인, 영어로는 caffeine. 요즘 미국이나 유럽 국가들에서는요, Z세대의 주류 섭취 비율이 확 줄고 있다는 얘기 들으셨는지 모르겠어요. 건강에 대한 Gen Z의 유별난 관심 덕분에 이번에는 그런 변화가 카페인 음료 쪽에서도 나타나고 있다는 소식입니다. 기존의 커피를 대신할 비카페인 혹은 저카페인 음료에 대한 새로운 취향이 현재 생성되고 있다는데 최근까지도 지속되고 있는 이 말차 열풍도 그중 하나입니다. 우리는 말차라 그러고요. 영어로는 일본식 발음인 것 같은데 matcha.
Yes.
matcha.
They're so popular.
그래요.
Yeah.
일반 녹차랑은 다르죠.
Yes.
훨씬 진합니다.
Very very strong.
맞아. 자, 디카페인 음료 분야가 소위 핫해지고 있다는 이번 뉴욕타임스 기사 지금부터 캐런 선생님의 목소리로 듣겠습니다.
Many coffee shops across the United States have recently expanded their low and no caffeine beverage options, and the offerings are a far cry from dusty tea bags and rewarmed decaf. Instead, these drinks are just as thoughtful and social media ready as their stimulating counterparts, appealing to a wider range of dedicated consumers. Matcha's whirlwind rise and subsequent shortages can be credited in part to a desire for a gentler form of caffeine, sourced and prepared with care. Now, decaf desirability is peaking, said Haley Thomas, an owner of the Cafe Matcha Thomas in Beacon, New York. Even people who have an affinity for caffeinated drinks, when they see that we're trying to creatively approach decaf options, are intrigued.
미국 전역의 많은 커피숍들이 최근 저카페인 그리고 무카페인 음료 옵션을 확대했는데 그 종류가 시시한 티백이나 다시 데운 디카페인 커피 수준이 아닙니다. 오히려 이 음료들은 커피 못지않게 세심하게 준비되고 소셜미디어에 올리기 좋은 모습으로 속속 등장해 더 다양해진 충성도 높은 소비자층에 어필하고 있습니다. 말차의 급속한 인기 상승과 이후 초래된 공급 부족 현상이 지금처럼 신중하게 원료가 조달되고 정성껏 준비된 보다 부드러운 형태의 카페인을 원하는 수요층이 만들어지는데 부분적으로 기여했다고 할 수 있는데요. 뉴욕주 비컨에 위치한 카페 마차 토머스의 운영자 헤일리 토머스는요. 현재 디카페인 음료에 대한 선호도가 정점에 달했다라고 하면서 이렇게 덧붙였습니다. 카페인 음료 애호가들조차도 우리가 만들어내는 창의적인 디카페인 메뉴를 보고 흥미를 보입니다. Alright, so the decaf or no caf options are a far cry from any of the boring drinks in the past.
Yeah, that means if something is a far cry from something, it means it's very different from. Yeah.
완전히 다르다. And what's a whirlwind something?
A whirlwind. You might have heard of expressions like whirlwind romance. That's when you meet someone, fall in love in a very quick time, and it just proceeds very rapidly.
Yep.
So whirlwind describes a very energetic or tumultuous process, or it could be a person as well.
Often these whirlwind romances will happen during the summertime.
Yeah, when you're on vacation.
When you're on vacation, exactly.
When you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe study abroad.
Yeah, and it could be just for a few weeks or a month or something, and you feel like you're deeply in love,
Yeah.
and you have this wonderful time,
Yeah.
and then you say bye-bye.
Yeah.
It's all over. 자, 회오리 바람처럼 정말 정신없이 뭔가가 일어날 때 a whirlwind something이라고 표현을 해요. 그래서 드라마나 영화의 소재로 whirlwind romance가 참 많이 나오는데, 자, 지금 이 말차의 인기가 정말 정신없이 일고 있습니다. 그걸 이렇게 표현했네요. Matcha's whirlwind rise.
Yeah, because it was very rapid, I think. It
Yeah.
just kind of appeared.
Exactly.
Yes.
All these different coffee shops suddenly started offering matcha
Everywhere.
options.
Yeah.
저도 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 자, 그 다음에 have an affinity for something?
You might have an affinity for these whirlwind romance stories.
Yeah.
And that means that you have a natural liking or a connection or strong sympathy for something, suggesting shared qualities or an intuitive understanding.
무언가에 끌리는 겁니다. Have an affinity for something means you really like it. So people who have an affinity for caffeinated drinks, like coffee, even they are intrigued by the decaf options.
Yes, because they're interesting.
Yeah.
They're fun.
They're not boring. Being intrigued means you're interested. You think, oh, that's nice. What's that?
Yeah.
그런 이제 호기심이 생기는 거, 흥미로워하는 것을 to be intrigued라고 합니다. 자, 다음 단락 가볼까요?
Building an attractive menu of low, no caffeine drinks can be a challenge. Terrible coffee hits just as hard as the fancy stuff, but low-caf alternatives don't have the high to hide behind. To succeed, they must over-index in other areas: flavor, ingredient, quality, delight, aesthetics. Sightseer, a roasting company with a cafe, holds the non-coffee side of its menu to the same standards as its in-house beans. Our goal is to start with base offerings that taste great on their own, then build drink specials that enhance their flavors, Gibson said.
저카페인 그리고 무카페인 음료로 매력적인 메뉴를 구성하는 것은 꽤나 어려운 숙제입니다. 커피 같은 경우는 맛이 없고 형편없는 커피여도 각성 효과만큼은 아주 화려한 다른 커피 메뉴와 똑같이 낼 수 있죠. 그러나 커피 대체용의 저카페인 음료는 이런 그 각성 효과가 없기 때문에 커피처럼 방패막이로 그런 뒤에 숨을 수가 없습니다. 자, 카페도 같이 운영하는 커피 로스팅 회사인 Sightseer는요, 자사 메뉴 중 비카페인 음료도 자체 로스팅 커피 음료와 같은 기준을 적용한다는 입장인데, Sightseer의 오너인 깁슨 씨는 일단 기본 메뉴 그 자체로도 훌륭한 맛을 내도록 한 뒤 그 풍미를 한층 끌어올리는 스페셜 음료를 개발하는 게 목표라고 말했습니다. Right. Let's have a look at over-index.
Yeah, over-index. So that means to kind of give disproportionate attention, weight, or focus to a specific segment, variable, or data point compared to the whole, or to weigh a component more heavily in calculation than its actual contribution warrants, potentially leading to misleading results.
over-index가 여기서 동사로 쓰였고요. 무언가를 아주 많이 만들다라는 뜻이거든요. 그러니까 디카페인 음료는 정말 맛, 아니면은 재료, 그리고 보여지는 모습, 그 다음에 이 마시는 사람한테 주는 즐거움, 이런 거에 정말 집중을 해서 잘해야 됩니다. 커피 같은 경우는 맛이 없어도 각성 효과가 있으니까 그 약간 뭐라 그랬죠? 봐줄 수가 있는 면이 있는 거예요.
You can kind of let it pass. You can let it slide.
대부분의 사람들 커피 마시는 이유가 잠 깨고 정신 번쩍 들게 하려고 하는
It's
거니까.
not for the taste. Yeah.
그래서 막 조금 맛이 없어도 그래도 뭐 괜찮아 이러지만 디카프는 애초에 각성 효과를 노리고 하는 게 아니잖아요. 그러니까
It has to be tasty.
It does.
It has to look good.
Yeah,
It has to be social media worthy. So you have to pay more attention. So you have to put a lot more emphasis on it.
That's right. You have to over-index in other areas like flavor, ingredient quality, delight, aesthetics. 라고 얘기를 하고 있습니다. Now, this one roasting company holds the non-coffee side of its menu to the same standards as its coffee beans.
Yeah. So this company is, in a way, it's saying that their coffee beans are very high quality.
Yep.
And when you're holding something to something, so when they're holding their non-coffee, their decaffeinated drinks to the same standards as their coffee drinks, it means that these decaffeinated drinks are up to the same standards. They're remaining faithful or loyal to the same maybe beliefs, promises, or ideas, and they're holding them accountable to those same standards.
Right. Standards, 기준 얘기를 해주셨어요. 그러니까 같은 기준을 적용한다. 이렇게 해석을 할 수 있습니다. 이 사이트시어라는 로스팅 컴퍼니 같은 경우에는 일단 커피콩에 대한 자부심이 아주 큰 회사인데 근데 디캐프 옵션에도 똑같은 수준의 그런 기준을 적용을 한다. 그러니까 굉장히 수준 높은 디캐피네이티드 음료를 만든다. non 커피 음료라고 표현을 했네요. 네, 이렇게 표현하고 있는데 사실 hold someone to something이라는 게 또 다른 뜻도 있어요.
Yeah, that means like hold someone accountable.
Yeah.
And that means if you're making them carry out their promise or keep their promise.
약속을 지키게 하고 책임을 지게 하는 게 hold someone accountable입니다. 원래는요. 여기서는 좀 다르게 해석이 됐다고 볼 수 있겠네요. 자, 다음 단락 가볼게요.
Sun, which has been open for just 3 months, is among a wave of Asian and Middle Eastern cafes opening around the country that are inherently friendly to decaf drinkers. Through these shops, options like barley tea, Japanese sobacha, Turkish salep, Yemeni kishir, and Kurdish kezwan have become more widely available, enticing those who might have otherwise never strayed from Java. At Day, a Brooklyn cafe with Korean and Japanese influences on its menu, moody-hued mugwort lattes hit the bar alongside flat whites and pour-overs. Non-caffeinated drinks have always been popular in Asia, said Amy Zhao, events director at Day. Their growing traction in the United States, she said, stems from a Western instinct to reach for culturally new experiences.
네, 개업한 지 겨우 3개월 차인 한국 취향의 카페 손은요. 근래 전국적으로 생겨나고 있는 선천적으로 디카페인 소비자에 어필하는 아시아 음료, 중동 음료 카페 열풍을 보여주는 한 사례입니다. 이런 카페들을 통해서 보리차, 일본 소바차, 튀르키예의 살렙, 예멘의 키시르, 쿠르드족의 케즈완 같은 음료들이 더 널리 보급되고 있고요. 기존에 커피만 고집하던 사람들의 관심을 끌고 있는 중입니다. 또 한국과 일본 취향의 메뉴를 선보이는 브루클린 카페 데이에서는요. 플랫 화이트, 핸드드립 커피와 함께 어두운 색깔의 쑥 라떼도 주문 가능합니다. 데이의 이벤트 디렉터인 조우는요. 디카페인 음료는 아시아에서 항상 인기가 있었다라고 말하면서 미국에서 이런 음료의 인기가 높아지는 현상은 문화적으로 새로운 경험을 추구하려는 서양의 본능에서 비롯된 것이라고 설명했습니다. Okay. All right, let's have a look at a lot of people enjoying Java in the past, and they didn't stray from it, but now they are.
Yeah.
What's Java?
Java is another word for coffee. There's
Java
a lot
jive.
There's a lot of words that people use to refer to coffee, like a cup of Joe.
Yep.
Java's the same thing, and it stems from the fact that a lot of coffee beans originate from Java, Indonesia.
Yeah, exactly. Java 하면은 그냥 커피라고 생각하시면 돼요. 원래 어원은 인도네시아 자바에서 온 커피콩이었지만 그냥 닉네임으로 커피입니다. 그래서 그 노래 있잖아요. I like
Yeah.
I like coffee, I like tea. 그게 Java Jive예요.
Yes,
노래
yes.
제목이. 자, Jive는 춤이고. 자, 그 다음에는 traction 뭘까요?
Yeah. So we use this with something gaining traction or losing traction. So traction is the support or interest that is needed for something to make progress or to succeed.
네, to gain traction or growing traction, 인기라는 뜻으로 볼 수 있습니다. 원래는 이제 어떤 정지, 마찰력이거든요. 근데 여기서는 this growing traction. 우리가 특히 인터넷, 소셜 미디어가 커지면서 이 표현 많이 쓰는데 이게 점점 더 인기가 많아지고 있어. 이런 느낌으로 많이 씁니다. Alright, let's take a break. Harry Styles, Love of My Life 듣고 올게요. Harry Styles, Love of My Life was the song you heard just there. 자, 이번 뉴스 커버리지 시간에는 요즘 미국 카페에서 커피를 대신하는 각종 다양한 저카페인, 비카페인 음료들이 인기를 얻고 있다는 뉴스, 뉴욕타임스 기사로 들어보고 있습니다. 기사는 최근까지 지속됐던 말차 열풍에 이어 말차 원료 공급 부족으로 인해서 이후 새롭게 떠오른 강자인 호지차를 소개하고 있는데요. 이것도 말차와 비슷하게 일본의 녹차 종류인데 녹찻잎을 고온에서 커피처럼 볶아내는 로스팅하는 차라고 합니다. 미국 현지 디카페인 애호가들이 요즘 찾는다는 이 호지차에 대해서 다음 단락에서 좀 더 들어보겠습니다.
Like its verdant sister, hojicha is increasingly available at Japanese and non-Japanese cafes alike, not only in drinks, but also in baked goods and ice cream. In April, Matcha Thomas temporarily switched its entire menu to hojicha drinks in an effort to ride out a matcha shortage. We learned how low-calf curious many consumers are, Thomas said. It felt like they were able to access something that fit their needs a bit more. For people who would visit us in the evening, hojicha felt like such a great option.
네, 호지차는 말차처럼 일본계 카페와 비일본계 카페를 가리지 않고 점점 더 흔하게 접할 수 있게 됐습니다. 음료뿐만 아니라 베이커리 제품과 아이스크림에도 사용되는데요. 지난 4월 마차 토머스 가게에는 말차 원료 공급 부족 상황을 타개하기 위해서 일시적으로 전체 메뉴를 이 호지차 음료로 전환하기도 했습니다. 마차 토머스의 오너인 토머스는 당시에 대해서 이렇게 회상합니다. 저카페인 음료가 어떤지 궁금해하는 소비자들이 정말 많다는 걸 알게 됐어요. 호지차가 그들의 요구에 좀 더 부합하는 선택지처럼 느껴졌던 것 같습니다. 저녁에 우리 가게를 찾는 사람들에게 호지차는 정말 훌륭한 선택지로 다가갔어요. Right, now to ride out a shortage.
Yeah.
To ride something out.
And when you're writing something out, it means that you're waiting and you're surviving. So
Yeah.
you're getting through something that was perhaps dangerous or harmful and that could not be stopped or avoided.
Exactly. 자, 이겨내다, 참고 견디다. 이게 ride out something입니다. 이 경우에는 이 마차 토머스 가게 이름에도 마차가 들어가 있는데 마차 원료가 부족했어요.
Yeah.
그래서 이 상황을 어떻게 타개했느냐? 바로 호지차로 일시적으로 모든 메뉴의 원료를 바꿨다고 합니다. 자, 기사는 이렇게 커피를 대신할 정말 다양한 음료들이 속속 출사표를 던지는 것과 함께 원래 있었던 디카페인 커피도 그 품질과 맛이 예전보다 훨씬 뛰어난 제품을 파는 가게들이 늘어나고 있다는 점을 얘기하는데요. 하지만 비카페인 음료 계열의 이런 여러 가지 호재에도 불구하고 여전히 변치 않는 사실이 하나 있다는데 그게 뭔지 들어보겠습니다.
Despite growing interest in alternatives, customers and cafe owners agree caffeine isn't going anywhere. Instead, cafe owners said that drinkers want to split the difference by balancing morning cold brews with afternoon turmeric lattes. For many, this move is as much about a coffee shop's role in their daily lives as it is the drinks themselves. After 1 p.m., orders of hojicha and decaf espresso spike at Sun. We've noticed people coming in to just unwind, Lee said. It's definitely becoming more of a ritual than an errand.
이렇게 대체 음료에 대한 관심이 높아지고 있음에도 불구하고 고객과 카페 주인들이 모두 수긍하는 것은 바로 카페인의 수요가 없어지진 않는다는 겁니다. 오히려 카페 주인들의 말에 따르면 음료 애호가들이 아침에는 카페인이 들어간 콜드브루, 오후에는 안 들어간 강황 라떼 이런 식으로 균형 있게 즐기면서 중간 지점을 찾는 모습이라고 하는데요. 많은 사람들에게 이런 변화는 음료만이 아니라 커피숍이 자신들의 일상에서 차지하는 역할에서도 나타납니다. 즉 예를 들자면은 아까 카페 손 같은 경우에는 오후 1시가 지나면은 호지차와 디카페인 에스프레소 주문이 급증합니다. 이에 대해서 손의 매니징 파트너 자넷 리는 사람들이 긴장을 풀고 싶어서 우리 매장을 찾는다는 걸 알게 됐어요. 그것만 봐도 카페 방문이 분명 단순 용무보다는 일종의 루틴이 되어 간다는 것을 보여줍니다. 라고 말했어요. Alright, so people are trying to split the difference.
Yeah. When you split the difference, it usually you use this when you're like talking about money.
Yeah.
So when you are agreeing on a number that's like in the middle, it's exactly in the middle so that both sides are not losing anything. But it basically means to come to a compromise.
Yeah. 원래는 잔액이나 차액을 딱 중간에 나누는 등분한다는 뜻이 있는데요. 여기 텍스트 속에서는 돈 얘기가 나오지 않았죠. 커피와 그다음에 이제 카페인이 안 들어간 음료들 얘기이기 때문에 절충의 의미가 있습니다. 그래서 커피를 아예 끊고 디카페인으로 가는 게 아니고 커피는 커피대로 아침에는 커피 마시지만 오후에는 좀 다른 음료를 마시면서 자신의 음용 그 습관들을 좀 절충하는 모습인 걸로 이렇게 해석을 하고 있고요. People want to unwind. Yep. Let's have a look at unwinding.
Yeah, I like to unwind.
Me too.
After like a busy day at work, you can unwind at home,
Yep.
maybe watching TV or having a nice glass of wine. So it means to relax after a period of work or tension, because you could say that someone, when they're really tense, they're wound up. Yeah, so you would be unwinding to relax after being wound up all day.
To wind, W-I-N-D인데요. wind가 아니라 wind라고 하는 이 단어는 뭐냐면 태엽을요 감는 행위예요. 시계 태엽이나 아니면 옛날에 우리 장난감의 태엽을 한번 생각해 보세요. 요거 이렇게 차차차차차차 감으면은 나중에 그 다음에 인형이 움직이거나 시계가 작동하거나 이렇게 되죠. 사람 같은 경우는 어때요? 열심히 일을 하는 게 될 수도 있고 아니면 화가 나는 게 될 수도 있어요. 영어에서 someone is wound up. You're winding me up. 이러면 나 점점 열받고 있다. 이런 뜻까지도 돼요. 자, 그렇다면 그 정반대인 unwinding은 뭐예요? relax하는 겁니다. 네. 태엽을 이제 푸는 거니까요. 더 이상 긴장하지 않고 그냥 자, 휴식을 취하는 거. 이런 느낌이에요. 사람들이 커피숍을 찾는 이유. 커피 안 마시더라도 unwinding 하려고 많이들 찾는다라고 합니다.
I think they're embracing the Asian culture
Yeah,
of having tea to talk and to socialize rather
This is so
than
natural
just
to us.
drinking coffee to wake up and go to work and have that full day at work.
So we're actually leading the trend when it comes to unwinding with tea or coffee.
Yeah, and it's interesting because these days when I go to cafes, I make sure to check the time. And if it's past 1, I usually go for the decaffeinated options.
All right. A lot of Americans are doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
자, 이렇게 해서 뉴욕타임스 기사로 준비한 오늘의 뉴스 커버리지 살펴봤습니다. 자, 이제 주요 표현 복습해 볼게요. Be a far cry from something.
A far cry from something, so it's very different from what you expect.
자, 무엇과는 전혀 다르다. 예문은요.
The film version is a far cry from the book.
영어 버전은 책과는 완전히 달라. 그럴 수 있죠. The next one, have an affinity for something.
So affinity would be a close similarity between two things. So if you have an affinity for or have an affinity to something, it means that you have a natural liking or connection or strong sympathy for something.
네, 무엇에 마음이 끌리는 거예요? 예문 보겠습니다.
She has a natural affinity for animals.
본능적으로 동물들을 사랑하는 마음이 있습니다. 이렇게 볼 수 있겠죠? 자, 그 다음에 ride out something or ride something out.
Yeah, ride out something. It means to succeed in surviving or getting through something dangerous or harmful that cannot be stopped or avoided.
네, 잘 참고 이겨내는 겁니다. 예문 볼게요.
He managed to ride out the stock market crash.
네, 시장 붕괴를 잘 그는 이겨냈습니다. 자, 다음 표현은 split the difference.
Split the difference. So this means to come to a compromise. So when we're talking about monetary terms, it means to agree to an amount that is halfway between the two given amounts.
자, 차액을 등분한다는 뜻이 있고요. 때로는 절충한다라는 의미가 있을 수도 있는데 예문 보겠습니다.
I wanted $50 for the table and she offered $30, so we agreed to split the difference.
나는 이 테이블을 팔면서 $50를 달라고 했는데 사고자 하는 사람은 $30에 달라고 했다. 그래서 나중에 그 차액을 등분했다 그러면 여기서는 좀 그러네요. 절충을 하기로 했다.
Yeah.
그럼 뭐 40불에 팔렸다라고 이해하면 될까요?
Exactly. So you could say another expression you can use is let's meet at the middle.
Yeah, meeting at the middle. 중간 지점에서 만나다. 자, 마지막 unwind.
Unwind. That means to relax after a period of work or tension.
네, 긴장을 쫙 푸는 거, relax 하는 겁니다. 많은 분들이 이제 열심히 주중에 일하고 금요일 날 저녁, 금요일 오후부터는 좀 unwinding 많이 하시죠.
With a hot bath or
영화 보거나
a movie.
anything.
Yes.
네, 예문 주세요.
Watching TV with a glass of wine helps me to unwind after a busy day at work.
네, 하루 종일 열심히 일하고 나서 저녁 때 텔레비전을 보면서 와인 한 잔을 마시면은 이렇게 긴장이 잘 풀려. 이런 예문이었습니다. 실제로 이렇게 좀 하시나요? unwinding 많이 하세요?
No, I don't have time.
As a working mom.
I try during the weekends. Yeah.
네, 다음에 같이 unwinding을 합시다.
Yes, we should do that.
네, 자 이렇게 해서 주요 표현 다 살펴봤고요. 이제 퀴즈 정답 발표할게요. Which of the three drinks you mentioned earlier on has the most caffeine?
Yes, I believe this drink has more caffeine than just regular coffee.
Really?
The answer is number 2, cold brew.
자, cold brew. 이것도 일종의 커피죠?
Yes.
네. 이게 이제 더치 커피인데 cold brew generally has a very high caffeine content. 카페인 함량, 영어로 caffeine content라고 합니다. Often around 200 milligrams in a 16-ounce serving. 자, 나머지 decaf 커피. 이미 이제 말 안에 decaf가 들어있잖아요. 이게 바로 decaffeinated, 디카페인 커피가 되겠고, 그 다음에 hibiscus tea는 아예 카페인 없죠?
No.
이거는 네, 카페인이 없습니다.
And these days I've noticed that a lot of coffee shops have on their menu decaf options.
맞아.
So they put like even tea, you don't know if it has caffeine in it or not.
True.
Yeah, so they put like decaf on the side.
맞아. Alright, well congratulations. 2511 and 최소영님 두 분께 선물 드리겠습니다. 단백질 쉐이크를 뒷번호 2511 쓰시는 분께 드릴 거고요. 그 다음에 최소영님께는 컬러 틴트 디퓨저 보내드리겠습니다. 축하드립니다. Alright, well that's it for talk about coffee and non-coffee drinks. Let's listen to a song. Here's Dionne Warwick, Heartbreaker. Start your day with Morning Special. Well, it's time for our daily idiom. Karen, what is it?
Today's idiom is I've got news for someone.
So, I've got news for you. I've got news for them. 네, 이번 이디엄은 I've got news for someone입니다. 각오하는 게 좋을 것 같다. 이런 의미인데요. 다이얼로그를 통해 소개해드리겠습니다. 오늘 저희는 룸메이트고요. 제가 주문한 가방이 배송이 됐는데 열어보니까 상당히 실망스러운 물건이 들어있습니다. Let's have a listen. Idiom package. I've got news for someone. I'm home.
Hey, you're back. You've got something delivered. talking about since October?
Yes, that's the very one.
Oh, I can't believe you finally ordered it.
Yeah, I really did.
Oh, I remember it was quite pricey. How much was it?
500,000 won.
Oh, right.
Well, 2 years saving for this new bag. And the moment is finally here.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's open it.
All right, here goes. Huh?
Did you choose another bag that I don't know about?
Of course not.
Well, this doesn't look like the bag you had in your shopping cart for the last 4 months.
That's because it isn't. Oh, look at this color. It's supposed to be a deep chestnut brown, not whatever muddy shade this is.
And the texture looks kind of strange. It looks kind of plasticky.
Exactly. Look at this buckle. Oh my goodness, it's a completely different bag. And it's even, scratched.
Oh no.
The lining is a mess. Loose threads everywhere. The pattern's wrong as well.
Oh, it's really bad. I thought it was weird when you told me it said the item was non-refundable.
I should have trusted my instincts.
It's so disheartening and disappointing.
And unacceptable. If they think they can charge me 500,000 won and send me this piece of trash, oh, well, I've got news for them. This is a scam, is what this is. I'm going to make sure everyone knows about this with a lengthy review, and after I denounce them with the consumer agency. 아이고, 어떻게 된 거예요?
Oh, it was a scam.
그랬네요. Now, I've got news for them.
Yep,
What does
I've
that
got
mean?
news for someone. It's an expression that means that you are about to tell someone something that will correct their belief, change their expectations, or give them an unpleasant or surprising reality check. So in the skit, the sellers probably thought they could get away with this, which is why we're saying, oh, I've got news for them, meaning that we're going to do something about it.
Exactly. Them being the people that sold this bag, not really a bag. 자, 이렇게 엉터리 물건을 보내면 어떡해?
Yeah.
각오하는 게 좋겠어.
Bad people.
아니면 이렇게 그냥 넘어갈 수 있을 거라고 생각했으면 오산이야.
You're highly mistaken.
그렇죠.
Yeah.
I've got news for 그리고 잘못한 사람을 말하면 돼요. 만약에 직접적으로 말한다면 I've got news for you.
Yeah.
되겠죠.
Oh, that means you're wrong. You need to think again.
It's very confrontational, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Okay, how can we use it?
For example, if you, let's say you're starting a new job maybe, and you thought it would be very easy breezy, and then someone could say, oh, if you think this will be easy, I've got news for you.
뭐 그렇게 생각했다면 오산이야. 이게 쉬울 줄 알았어? 오산이야. You might say, you believe the deadline can be pushed back? Well, I've got news for you.
Yeah.
That means the deadline cannot be pushed back.
It cannot be pushed back, yeah. I like to say this to my kids a lot because they think that money grows on trees. So you could say, you think money grows on trees? Well, I've got news for you.
돈이 나무에서 나오는 줄 아니? 자라는 줄 아니?
Yeah, I usually use the expression, if you dig, you won't find a single 500 won.
Yeah, that's what a lot of Korean parents will say. I've said that, I think.
You can dig as much as you want, but you will not find money in the ground.
우리 그런 말 많이 쓰죠. 영어에는 사실 그런 표현이 없지만,
You can use money grows on trees.
땅 아무리 파봐라. 10원짜리 동전 하나 나오나 이러면서 얘기하기도 하죠. 그런 느낌인 거죠. You think money grows on trees? Well, I've got news for you.
It does not. It does not. You have to work hard.
너 틀렸다 이 얘기예요. I've got news for you. Or you might say, if you think I'm paying for this, then I've got news for you.
Yeah.
That means I'm not paying.
I'm not paying for it. Yeah. Or like, let's say you got into an argument with someone, you're still mad, and you might think the other person thinks you're gonna apologize, and you can say, oh, if you think I'm gonna apologize, oh, I've got news for you.
그래요. 그러니까 I've got news for you라는 게 내가 네가 몰랐던 것을 알려주겠어의 뉘앙스가 들어있는 건데요. 너 틀렸어란 얘기죠.
Yeah, it
한마디로
means you're
말하면.
wrong.
그렇죠. 자,
Think again.
that's a good expression you can use instead of this. Think again.
Yeah, it doesn't mean, it's not said in the nice way that maybe a teacher would say to a student. Oh, maybe think again.
No.
It's like think
sarcastic.
again. Yes, very
Yeah.
sarcastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You might want to be a bit more direct. You've got it all wrong.
Oh, you've got it wrong. Yeah, you've got it wrong. Or that's not how it works.
그렇게 말할 수도 있죠. You might want to rethink that.
Yeah.
It's a little more indirect.
Yeah. I think these are all very nice ways to say it. You
Okay.
might want to rethink that.
Okay.
That's not how it works. You've got it wrong. It's a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Generally speaking, the longer the sentence, the more indirect,
Yeah.
the more polite and formal it sounds. And then the shorter the sentence, the more blunt it becomes,
Yes.
the more casual, sometimes friendly, but, the more informal it sounds.
Yeah. There's also, you could say you're in for a surprise.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because that means that you're expecting something, but you're wrong. Yeah. So you're in for a surprise.
Yeah.
Or don't be so sure.
Don't be so sure.
Yeah.
그것도 좋네요. 다 우회적으로 얘기하는 거긴 한데, 그냥 너 틀렸어 라고 말하는 것보다는 그렇게 확신하지 않는 게 좋을걸? 다시 한번 생각해보지 그래?
Yeah.
이런 표현들이 되겠습니다.
Yeah.
Think again. You might want to rethink that. You're in for a surprise. Or don't be so sure. 이번 idiom은 I've got news for you 였습니다. Well, thank you so much, Karen, for your time this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I hope you're having a great start to the year.
It doesn't feel like 2026. I think I'm going to have to wait until Lunar New Year.
Indeed. It's a good thing we have 2 New Years.
I know, I love that. It's
Yeah.
kind of the limbo time in between.
Exactly. Well, have a good week, and we'll see you back next week.
See you next week.
네, 지금까지 Karen 선생님이었습니다.